Hi, besties. How are we doing? Welcome to another week. And today I want to talk to us about something that is important. Five rules of things you need to know before you start making money. A lot of times we see rich people, we think that these people are so lucky, like they are unique and special, that they play very well. But the truth is that they play by a certain set of rules. And if you don't know these rules, you're probably going to be making mistakes. They may not tell you this, but I am going to tell you why, because I am your bestie and I'm here to make your life better. So if this kind of video you want to watch, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel and you would see these five rules, five basic rules that you need to know. I'm telling you, after today, you're going to have a different mindset towards all those things because my job is to tell everyday people easier ways of making money work for them and so that they can retire early, live a better life, and understand money because it's important. So if you're ready, let's get to the very first one. All right. So, like I said before, I may not help you with luck and privilege, but definitely I can help you, give you information that will help you to make extra money, to live better, and to enjoy life. All right. So, I'm going to talk about the first one, which is doing an x-ray of your financial life. So, all the rich people that I know that are wealthy, they always have an x-ray of their financials. Okay. So, the same way you take your car for maintenance, the same way you go to hospital for a medical checkup, that is the same way you have to take care of your money. So I'm going to help you by giving you five questions. These are the five questions you need to write down. So grab a book, grab a paper, and write down these five questions. So the first question is, how much do I make? You need to know how much you're making on a monthly basis, meaning from your salary, from your other income, like your business, or your earnings from dividends, interests, business profits, any other thing that you do that makes you money, gifts. How much do you make at the end of the month? Like, how much does it come to? The second one is, what percentage of my income am I saving? The golden rule is to save 20%. Yeah. You may not be doing it. That's not the main issue. Okay. The main issue is saving a certain amount. Just to make sure that even if it's 5,000 naira that you're saving, it is better than the person who is checking, am I doing 20%? And maybe at the end of the day doesn't even do anything. So doing something is better than inconsistency. So what percentage of my income am I investing in? What percentage am I investing in assets? Like, assets are things that bring money to you, liabilities are things that take money off you. What do I want to spend more money on? What do I want to spend less money on? If you're able to get these five things, then you're putting your finances in check. The reason is that every rich person, they know where their money is going to. They don't, spend anyhow. They don't invest anyhow. They know exactly where their money is going to. Why? Because they may have like a 5-year plan to retire, 10 years plan to retire. So all these things are very important to. All right, let's talk about rule number two. Rule number two is make a system that works for you, because that's what every rich person does. Like, it's a big rule for them. This is one of the most important rules that they set. Everything is automated for them. So if they want to send money to for investment, they already have set it in their own app. Okay, that every month this particular amount has to go from this account into this account. So it's automated. So if you look at your app, your saving app, there's a place where you can automate that. You can put your ATM card. So every month, you know how much you're going to send to save for you. So that is SOP, standard operating procedure. This is how pilots also fly. They have a standard operating procedure where they know the route they are taking. So this will help you to map out, okay, to avoid embarrassment when you have situations that. And the good thing is that these standard operative procedures are very important, because whether you're happy or you're sad, you have to save and invest. So that you're not happy this month does not mean you're going to leave it. It is a standard rule. And when you get to that point, you have achieved the rule number two. So let's quickly talk about rule number three. So number three is planning for future. It's a standard rule for rich people. They know how much they need for their future. If I ask you the question, how much do you want to retire on and how long how many years time do you want to retire? You may not be able to answer it, but that is one rule that the rich and the wealthy people have. They know that, okay, in the next 5 years they should retire from active work, and these are the things they are putting in place. They have a plan for emergency fund, they have a plan for their assets, they have a plan for their travels, they have a plan for education for their children. The question is, do you have that? Do you have it? So this is one rule that they play by: planning for the future. They don't just plan recklessly, they even bring in someone to help them put things in order so that they are guided. So that every single month they know what they are doing. They now have accountability partners that make sure that, okay, show me what you've done this month. Let me see from the things we have done. So you can set up and say, this is where I want to send my savings to, where is where I want to send my investing to, and I cannot go below this amount. Rather, I can go higher. So if you decide that every month you're going to be investing 2,000 naira, ensure that you don't go below the 2,000. When you have more money, put more. But when you have less, make sure that that 2,000 that is your benchmark, that you're sticking to it. It will give you what I call control. Financial security should be a matter to you, not something you should just, think of or wish or dream of. To dream is beautiful, but without a plan, the wish is useless. So that is number three rule. And number four, the rich people play by this rule called the 20/80 principle. What does it mean? They focus on 20% of things that are important to them, and they give less focus on the 80% of things that do not matter so much. So the question is, what are in your 20%? Because as we all are, ours are different, okay? What are the things that are important in your life? What do you want to earn more? Those are the questions you should be asking. Ask yourself, where do you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? What are the things that you have to do? Do you need to take some courses? Do you need to travel? Do you need to relocate? Do you need to set up a business? What are the things you need to do to get you to that spot? When you know those things, those little ones are the things you're going to focus on, so that the 80% of the things that do not really matter, you can now decide that, okay, this 20% will take care of the 80. So the key things are put in the 20. So the entire focus is on that 20%. It is one principle that a lot of people do not use, but it's something that you can start practicing today. You can Google about it and read more. The 20/80 principle. If it will help you to understand that, okay, I need to focus more on the house rent or on this or in education or this. So every single time that thing they're working on is what is in their 20%. What does it do? It gives you maximum concentration. It takes away distraction because now you are clear on your goals. You know what you want to do, and that will help you. Now, let me talk briefly on the fifth one. Every rich person look at the value of what they are buying. So anything they are buying, they're looking at, what will this thing do for me